Hey, I'm Paul Stachniak from Butterscotch.com, and welcome to How Do I Use the Kinect for Xbox 360. Now, playing a Kinect game can seem a little confusing if you've been playing with a controller all your life. In this episode, we'll show you some basic tips for playing a Kinect title. It's important to note that all Kinect games come in purple cases. That's how you identify them when you're at a store. In the top right, it's going to say Kinect by the Xbox logo, and there's a box that always says requires Kinect sensor. That's how you know you're playing a Kinect title. So let's go and start a game of Kinect Adventures, and I'm going to give you a sort of quick run through on how to play a Kinect game. So a lot of the games will remind you right off the bat about clearing your play area, facing the sensor, and doing a lot of these sort of very common procedures when playing a Kinect game. So in this case, also, if you're using two people, which this game is capable of, give yourself a lot of elbow room. What this game does that I like is it gives you a virtual play space, so you can sort of figure out where you need to be to have the best playing experience. So as you'll see in a second, it's going to draw out this virtual room here, and it has two settings, good and best. Good is for one player, best is for two people. And now I just sort of move back and forth in my play area, and on the screen it's reflected where I am to have the most optimal playing experience. So as you can see, I hit best. So this means I'm good to play with two players, because that's going to be part of this tutorial in a bit. So let's start Kinect Adventure. As you can see, my avatar, or at least an avatar that has been selected for me, is sort of in the background there. And if I move my hand, he moves his hand. And playing the game is like any other Kinect title. Use your hand to select any options that you want. As you start selecting an option, the ring will sort of start completing. And to complete the selection, let the ring complete itself. So in this case, I'm just going to quickly show you one of the submenus. In this case, it's the show off and share. Here I can view photos that the game has taken. I can view, I can delete them, I can favorite them. And if at any moment I want to go back, I simply go to the top right-hand corner and complete the selection on the back icon. So now back in the main menu, if I want to play the game itself, I go to Free Play. And in this case, I'm just going to show you River Rush. And I'm going to go to the Cozy Caverns. Now you'll notice that my avatar doesn't really look like me, and I have made an avatar for myself from my gamer profile. So in a game, while it's loading, you can actually go down and select Change Avatar. And what this lets you do is select either a bunch of pre-made avatars or the ones that are actually on your Xbox console. In this case, I do have myself. So if I select it, it's going to load my avatar, and now when I begin the game, I will actually be playing Kinect Adventures with a version of myself. The game's pretty simple to start. You just jump to start, and the object of this particular game is to basically move back and forth to control your character. Now let me show you how to pause. If you hold out your left hand on a 45-degree angle, you'll complete this option and the game pauses. And what this does is it gives you a whole bunch of options. I have the ability to leave the activity. I can go to the games options. I can continue the game. But this is neat. This is what I want to show you. It's the Kinect Guide. And what the Kinect Guide is, it's essentially what the Xbox Guide button is in the middle of your controller. So what this will do is give you a whole bunch of options. In this case, it's going to let me access my friends list. It's going to let me access my achievements. I can go directly to the Kinect Hub, which is sort of the main dashboard. I can also sign into my Xbox Live account, and I can use the Kinect Tuner, which I'll cover in a different episode. The Kinect Tuner basically just allows me to do a bunch of fixes, but again, we'll cover that later. Likewise, at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the chat icon with the no around it. This is how you reactivate the microphone on the Kinect sensor itself. So if you want to have conversations with people using the Kinect sensor rather than a headset, activate that option there. And when you're done, simply go to the top left-hand corner where you're going to see the back arrow and complete that process. And once we're done, we hit continue and we return back to our game. Now another interesting way to pause your game is to simply leave the play area. So as you can see, I've left, and the game now notices that there's no one there, and it's paused it. So this is fairly handy if, say, you get a phone call or you've left the kettle on and you need to go quickly turn it off. Now to unpause the game, simply walk back into the space. The game will now identify that the person is there. And if I had Kinect ID, it would actually identify my avatar. And as you can see, I can use my hand to restart the game and now go back into my play session. Now let me show you how to use two people. Now I'm going to invite producer Matt in to join me. And as you can see, the Kinect now identifies there's a second person and adds a second player into this play area. But you'll notice that if Matt tries to use his hands, he has the no symbol there. That's because he's not in control, I am. So for him to gain control, either he moves forward or I move back. So in this case, I'm going to move back, and as you can see, Matt's avatar has taken priority, and he can now control Kinect Adventures. So now Matt and I are playing the game. Again, fairly simple. We both have to move our bodies in sync back and forth to control the raft. And that's it. That is how two people play Kinect games. Interestingly, the Kinect is capable of recognizing a player's face and automatically choosing their profile when they step into a game. In the next episode, we'll show you how to set that up, as well as some other tips for ensuring your Kinect is working properly. For step-by-step instructions on everything we've discussed in this episode, check out the show notes at butterscotch.com. Thanks for watching.